Hello everyone, welcome back, Severed is here, coming back with part 5 of What If Deku Had Bloodcurdle. Now where we last left off, Izuku has gone with Stain to kill another fake hero. But this time Izuku was the only one that will gonna fight it, leaving, Stain left Izuku to fight the hero alone, wanting to see how much he got better on fighting alone. And he also met with Toga and Class 1A, not exactly all of Class 1A. Technically, it was like Bakugo, Ida, Kirishima, and Kendo. After Bakugo left the place because he doesn't want to be close to Izuku, Toga, and the other, Class 1A just had fun for the morning. For the morning before Izuku go in the night with Stain to kill the fake hero. After he finally managed to kill him, he come back into his home with bandages around his arms because he got slashes on them. And now we continue after he saw unexpected guest inside the house, which is All Might and also the chief of police and the detective. As Inko said, "Oh, Izuku, welcome back." As once Izuku see All Might and the other people, he being shocked, but he trying to keep his nerves down because he doesn't want to make them think that he is the Stain partner or sidekick or anything. As All Might said, young Midoriya, welcome back. Please come here and sit." As Izuku, his heart is beating so fast and he said in his mind, "Shit, what does All Might want from me now? Did he know that I'm actually the sidekick of Stain?" As Izuku, making sure that his back will not fall out of his hand because his back having his outfit and also a couple of knives, his notebook, and some others. Right now his, black hoodie jacket covering his whole arms to not show anyone his bandages. As Izuku said, "What do you want from me, All Might?" As All Might said, "Please, young Midoriya, can you sit down and we can talk?" As, the detective said, yeah, Izuku, please sit down. We want to talk with you about a couple of things." As, Izuku sit by the side of Inko in front of All Might and the chief of police and the detective. As, Izuku said, "Well, what do you want?" As Inko said, "Izuku, this is not a good way to speak with the All Might. He's the number one hero." As Izuku said, "Yeah, he was the number one hero for me. Now he just like any other hero in the street." As All Might said, "I know that our last encounters wasn't the best, young Midoriya, but I'm here to try fix the past and make the future much more brighter for you." As Izuku said, "And when you mean by saying brighter for me, are you saying that you will not gonna let me go into any other hero schools?" As All Might said, "I didn't mean this way, young Midoriya. I know what I said was wrong in the infirmary and the recovery girl office was too harsh on you. And I'm here to say sorry." As Izuku said, "Alright, you said sorry. Now leave." As Inko said, "Izuku, behave." As Izuku said, "You want me to behave? He's the one that destroyed my dreams and kicked me out of UA. He didn't even let me join the general course. He just kicked me out of there. He doesn't want me in UA. Why should I let him stay in my house?" As the detective said, "Please, Izuku, would you calm down for a moment?" As Izuku said, "Calm down? You want me to calm down? Because of him, I was training day and night, breaking every bone in my body. And to the point of that, I was even fall unconscious sometime there. And now, in the end, he just kicked me out of UA. without other thing any other thing to say. I will not gonna come down, as the chief of police said. Well, if I how about we tell you something that will gonna make you happy, as Izuku said. And what is it? As All Might said, well, we would like you to join UA, and specifically Class 1A in the Hero course. After a couple of teachers in UA saw your abilities and noticed that you have an interesting quirk, we have decided to give you a recommendation into UA, and Class 1A to be precise. So, what do you say, young Midoriya? You can finally join UA, the school of your dreams. And you can become the hero that you always wanted. What do you say about this? As, Inko said, isn't that great, Izuku? You can finally go to... But Izuku said, no, you can leave. I doesn't want to see you anymore. As, All Might is quite surprised by this, as he said, what? As Izuku said, I doesn't want anything to do with you or with UA. Now, please, leave the place. I'm already training for another hero school. I doesn't want to be in your school, All Might. So, if you would be so kind, please leave my house. As the detective said, well, Izuku, are you sure about this? As Izuku said, I'm not more serious than now. This is the most... No, not this. I'm sorry. As he said, I'm sure of what I'm saying, detective. Now, please, can you leave my house? As Enko said, Izuku, maybe you should think before you say something like this. As Izuku said, I was thinking always about UA, and I decided that I doesn't want to be in UA anymore, so please leave the place. As the chief of police said, well, Izuku, if you are gonna refuse, we can agree on this. We will not gonna force you to join UA, but I would want to ask from you one thing, and then we can leave the place. As Izuku said, and what is it exactly? As the detective said, we would like to see your room if you would be so kind. As Izuku's heart started pounding so fast, but inside his mind he's quite worried, but outside he's just like a rock. He didn't even flinch. Stay in training will not gonna make him focus and not lose his strong will, or what am I saying? Just he's right now not flinching, as he said, alright, you can look in my room. As All Might said, well then, young Midoriya. As after that, Inko said, why do you want to look in my son room? Did he do anything wrong? As the detective said, not at all, Miss Inko. We're just trying to search for something. And there is quite a... the hero killer Stain, if you ever heard about it? As Inko said, yeah, I know him. What about him? As the chief of police said, we saw there is a rumor saying that a 16 years old kid with green hair and red eyes is the sidekick of him. And your son Izuku Midoriya here have a green hair and red eyes. We are just searching. Right now he's a suspect. We are a suspicion of him. We want to know if he's actually the sidekick of Stain. As Inko said, my son would never gonna do something horrible like that. Going in the street killing heroes. He always loved heroes. That's impossible. As the detective said, calm down, Miss Inko. Don't worry, we're not saying that your son is helping Stain. We're saying that we just suspicious of him. We're just trying to make sure that we are not wrong. We already find 2 people that we are also suspicious of them. And your son is the 3rd one. So, please just let us look in his room and we can leave the place. And after that, they go into Izuku's room. They start searching in his stuff. Izuku keeping an eye on the, keeping his eye on his, what is it called? His closet. He keeping a close eye on it as the detective and chief of police is just searching. They search around, they see some notebooks about heroes and things like that, as the detective said, Izuku, you're really collecting lots of information about heroes, huh? As Izuku said, yeah, it was my hobby. I always liked quirks and, to analyze them. As he continues saying, well, this will be so dangerous if they fall in a villain hand, don't you think? As Izuku said, nah, I don't think it will be that, you know, that much of a danger. As the detective said, well, I would like to take this if you wouldn't mind, alright? As Izuku said, fine, if you want to take it, but one book. I want to keep the others. As the detective said, alright then. And after that, he looked at the closet and looked back at Izuku. As he said, what are you keeping in this closet? As Izuku said, what any normal person will gonna keep in a closet. Clothes, shoes, some goggles, sometime sunglasses or something like that, belts, whatever it's normal. As the detective said, oh really? Can I take a look? As he opened the closet, he see nothing. Literally nothing. He doesn't see only, normal clothes. As he starts searching, he said, well, looks like there is nothing. As the chief of police said, well, Miss Inko, we are sorry for interrupting your night and for being suspicious with your son. So, or, suspecting your son to be the sidekick of Stain. As Inko said, it's no problem, just please leave. As All Might said, well then. And young Midoriya, if you ever changed your mind, UA is always open for you. As Izuku said, yeah, great, now leave, smiley trash bag. As All Might said, it's not quite nice to talk with people like this. And Izuku said, yeah, and it's not nice to destroy someone's dreams, As All Might said, alright. Well, let's leave. As the detective, while they just walking out of you know, the door, Izuku start licking his fingers, which is making his, revealing a little bit out of his bandages, which is, the detective has noticed that. But he didn't say anything as he leave the place with All Might and the chief of police. As while they are in the car, the detective said, did you notice that? As All Might said, what did we notice? What do you mean, detective? As he continues saying, Midoriya had some bandages around his arms. It doesn't seem that they are gonna come from just basic training. As All Might said, do you mean he got slashed in a fight or something? As the chief of police said, but we didn't find anything in his room. We can't say that he is working with the hero killer Stain just because he have bandages around his arms. As the detective said, yeah, you're right, but I saw that the bandages have some bloods on them, so I'm quite suspicious about him. I'm gonna keep a couple of heroes to look after him, to see where he's going, what's his routine and things like that. But for now, let's just go back into UA. As after that, Izuku in the home just telling Inko everything alright and everything as he go to sleep. And the next day, he starts, waking up in the morning as he got a call from Kirishima as he said, yes, Kirishima, hey. As Kirishima said, hey, Izuku, you didn't, if I wasn't gonna call you, you will never gonna call me, right? As Izuku said, to be honest with you, I forgot that I even have your number. As Kirishima said, well, alright then. What's happened with you with All Might? Did you agreed on that, you know, recommendation? As Izuku said, wait, you are the one that told him about the recommendation thing? As Kirishima said, yep, I'm the one that told him about that. I just want to see if you will gonna agree on that. As Izuku said, well, thank you, Kirishima. I don't know what to tell you. As Kirishima said, you can tell me that you agreed, right? As Izuku said, sorry, Kirishima, but I refuse. As Kirishima said, wait a second. I think that I was hardening my ears by accident. Can you repeat what you just said? As Izuku said, I said that I refused the offer because I just doesn't want to be close to All Might anymore. I kinda quite hate him right now. As Kirishima said, oh, alright then, I'm sorry if I bring some bad memories to you. As Izuku said, no, not at all. I'm quite happy that you actually done something that nice to me. And, suggest me to All Might to get me back into, to get, put me in UA. So I'm thankful, but I will have to refuse. Well, what are you gonna do today in UA? I'm quite wondering. As Kirishima said, oh, today we're gonna go into USJ to train on rescue missions. All the Class 1A will be there. Kendo, Ida, and me, of course, and Bakugo. As Izuku said, yeah, Bakugo. Alright then, I'm gonna just continue my training into my new school. Have a nice day in USJ. But can I ask you where is exactly that USJ is? As Kirishima said, oh, alright. You will gonna find it in this coordinates. As he tell him about where is the USJ, Izuku said, oh, thank you. Well, I'm gonna close the phone. See you around, Kirishima. As Kirishima said, see you around, easy bro. And after that, Izuku closed the phone. As in the morning, when Izuku wake up, he go into, to eat the breakfast with his mom, and after that he just took his black hoodie jacket and get out of there. As he, put his hoodie on his head and start walking, having his back on his, carrying with him his bag, to get the knives and outfit and everything. As he just looking around or trying to feel where the people are, trying to feel if someone is watching him. As right now the hero that is watching Izuku is actually a shot, the hero that having the ability to, make his body like, in the attack on, if I don't know what his actually quirk is, the ninja hero, that shot guy, he's the one that taking care of going after Izuku. As right now, Izuku is just walking down the street. Shot is just, using his quirk trying to make sure that he stay in the shadows. As Izuku has already noticed that there's someone is following him. As he said, it must be Shot. No one can be that stealthy without a quirk like his. But good thing that I collected some information about you. As after that, Izuku go into alleyway and start running. Shot starts running on the roof, seeing that Izuku running away. As he, Izuku just going down the streets sometime, going through alleyways and everything. As in the end, he end up in the another alleyway with a dead end. As Shot was running behind of him. As he looking down the alleyway, he doesn't see anything. As he said, wait, where did he go? As he immediately starts searching in the trash cans, but he also doesn't find anything. As he said, that kid, where did he disappeared? Damn it, I need to contact All Might about this. As he called All Might and start walking away. As while that happening, Izuku is actually hiding on the top of on the rooftop, using the new gadget that he had, the shoes that he is able to use on walking on the walls. He just use it on to walk on the walls and get away from Shot, as he looking down in the alleyway, saying that Shot has already left the alleyway, saying, well, one 1 point to me, 0 to Shot. I need to tell Stain that the heroes start going after me. And maybe to tell him about the USJ. Maybe that will gonna interest him. As Izuku leave into, Stain forest, as he met with Stain, saying, "Hey, Stain." As Stain said, "Oh, Izuku, welcome back." As Izuku said, "Stain, I have something important to say." As he started telling Stain about what happened with him last night with All Might and everything, and all these things, and also Headshot, as Stain said, "Well, looks like we will gonna start training you on your senses to make sure that no one will gonna surprise you anymore. And also, what about that USJ?" As Izuku said, "Well, I want to go there and attack Bakugo." As Stain said, "Alone?" As Izuku said, "Well, yeah, I want to go there alone. Because this is my fight, and he is the hero that I want to kill, a fake that I really want to kill myself. So I just come here to tell you that I will gonna go there, if you just wondering where I'm gonna leave." As Stain said, "Well, Izuku, I will gonna let you go there, but remember, don't do anything reckless. Don't end up in prison, alright?" As Izuku said, "Alright, Stain. If anything wrong happen, I'm gonna just, call you on this number. You will gonna get an immediately, get a signal that I'm in danger, and maybe that I need your help." As Stain said, "Alright, Izuku. I'm gonna be ready for anything." As Izuku said, "Thanks, Stain," and after that he changed into his, the costume and leave the place. As right now Izuku just jumping on the roofs until he finally got into, close into the USJ. As he right now on the top of the top of the building of the USJ, looking down, saying the students has already come into the USJ, saying, "Well, I should get inside before anything happen." As he immediately, break a glass and jump down, using his grappling hook, making sure that he will not gonna just die. As he end up falling into, the, what they call it, I forgot the name. It was like, damn it, the city, yeah, the city zone, or the yes, earthquake zone that, Bakugo and Kurashima end up in the USJ attack. As he said, "Well, now how can I attack Bakugo? And how can I finally get to him?" And all of the sudden, something being thrown at Izuku, as Izuku dodges it immediately. And look behind, he see a couple of villains, as they say, "This must be one of the students that, Kuriguri told us about. Come on, guys, let's kill him." As Izuku said, "What the?" And after that, another, bullets being thrown at him, as he said, "Alright, this is annoying. Who are you?" As, the one with the bullet quirk said, "Well, we are villains, isn't that obvious?" His can shoot bullets out of his fingers, as Izuku said, "So, you are here to attack the USJ, huh?" As he said, "Yeah, and we are here to kill you, exactly, kid." As Izuku said, "But I am not a part of the USJ. I'm not a student here." As another guy said, "Oh, come on, do you think really that we're gonna, trick us?" As Izuku said, "Well then, if you want to fight, a fight it shall be." As Izuku, throwing a red smoke bomb and taking his sword out of his staff as he starts slashing through, the villains inside the smoke. As one of them saying, "What the? Hey, man, are you okay?" But he touching the guy. The guy immediately fall on the ground as he see that having a big slash on his chest. As he said, "What the hell? Where's that kid?" As Izuku said, "Behind of you." As he immediately spin around and tried to shoot, bullets out of his fingers. Izuku immediately cut both of his arms, and after that he just said, "Now, do I seem like a student in UATU?" As the guy said, "Please, please don't!" But Izuku has already stabbed him in his chest. As after that, the red smoke cleans up as Izuku said, "Whoa, damn it, that was annoying. Where is Bakugo now?" As he spin around, but he immediately being, pushed back by a giant rock being thrown at him. As Izuku, getting hold of himself and said, "Who is this now?" As he look in front of him, he see a girl with a brown hair and a black and pink suit, saying, "Well, nice to meet you. You seem to do a lot of work here. Who are you? Are you that one kid that work with Stain?" As Izuku looking at her, she looking like this. As Izuku said, "And who are you exactly?" As the girl said, "Oh, please, where's my manners? My name is Anti-Gravity, or you can call me Uravity. Nice to meet you." As Izuku said, "I and why are you attacking me?" As the girl said, "Well, you attacked my teammates, so it's only fair for me to kill you." As after that, she take one of the grenades in her, around her belt and throw it at Izuku. Izuku dodging this, the grenade, but suddenly the grenade just change her direction and go at Izuku back. Izuku immediately, feeling the bomb behind of him, he, jump into the air using his grappling hook. As the bomb explode and said, Izuku said, "What the hell?" As, Uravity said, "Do you like it? It's my quirk. I call it anti-gravity. I wish that you like it." As, well, quirk, anti-gravity. She have the ability to anything that she touch, she can turn, make it zero gravity on it. Or, wait a second, wait a second, guys. Villain name: Uravity, quirk, anti-gravity. Normally, she had the ability to anything that she touch can make it, give it, turn the gravity on it into zero. But since what happened with her in the, in the entrance exam of UA, and when she lost the ability to move her legs, Mr. or Dr. Ujiko finded her, and with some help, he managed to turn her, give her the ability to start walking again. And with the help of All for One, he gave her an enhancement quirk, which ended up making her quirk a lot better, making her anything that she touched turn into, zero gravity, but at the same time she can control that object in mid-air. As right now she is a villain, of course. As Izuku said, "Interesting. So, what do you want? Aren't you gonna leave me?" As, Uravity said, "Well, you seem so interesting. Where is Stain? Can you tell me? The League of Villains actually want him to join us. So, if you are here, that means Stain is so close. So, if you told me where he is, I'm gonna leave you to go. But if you're not gonna tell me by the easy way, I will just gonna have to crush you under the rubble." As Izuku said, "Yeah, like hell I'm gonna tell you where Stain is." As Uravity said, "Well then, you didn't tell me about your name. Can I know it? because I'm quite interested. As Izuku said, I'm not interested in talking to you. And after that, Izuku throw another red smoke bomb and start, throwing knives at Uravity. Uravity immediately putting her hand on the ground, making some rocks and some rubble that on the ground start levitating as she make a shield in front of her to protect herself. Izuku jumped from behind, to slash her, but she immediately spin around and put the shield in front of him. As Izuku, blocked the attack of Izuku. And after that, she were gonna, open the shield trying to go and touch Izuku, but Izuku immediately kick her hand away with his shoes, which making his spikes pierce through her hand. As he jumped back and said, "You were actually quite good." As Uravity said, "Thank you, and you are quite actually also good. Good. I wasn't expecting that. You are that much of a good fighter. When I saw you on the news, I thought that you are just another idiot that he doesn't know where he's, going through, what he's going through, and where he gonna throw himself. So, well, I'm gonna go quite serious now." As after that, she put her hand on the ground, making more rubble start levitating. As she, start levitating by her own, turning herself zero gravity, giving her an ability to kind of flying. As she starts, levitating in the air with a lots of rubbles around of her. As she said, "Now, let's see how you can, run away from this." As she were about to release the, gravity, and when she did this, Izuku immediately started dodging you know, the rubble, most of it, at least the big ones. The small ones, he's quite not able to dodge them, as he, quite getting injured, but in the end, the rubble has fallen on the ground, and Uravity, starts manipulating the rubble to go at Izuku. But before that continue, her attack continue, all of the sudden, the rubble just fall on the ground, and she also fall on the ground. And while she, in mid-air falling, she said, "Wait, I'm gonna die if I fall. What's happening? Why my body is not moving?" As before, she fall on the ground and crushed down. Izuku immediately catching her and put her on the ground as he said, "Next time, please don't get in my way. I'm here to kill one person. And I'm not in the mood to kill girls." As Uravity said, why am I cannot move?" As Izuku, said, "Easy enough. Maybe you should look into your left arm." As she see, some blood that dripping from her hand because of, Izuku when Izuku spike pierced through her arms. She said, "And what's this supposed to mean?" As Izuku said, "Nothing. Just see you around, Uravity." As he start walking away. After that, Izuku starts searching for Bakugo, but he didn't find him in the, in the, what they call it, the, I forgot his name, the earthquake zone, because Bakugo and Kirishima has already left the place into the middle of the USJ. As Izuku said, "Damn it, where is he now?" I was so excited to fight him, and now he's just disappeared. And after that, Izuku, jump into the middle of the USJ as he see All Might sending a strong punch into a weird creature like a bird, sending him out of the USJ as he see a guy with a lots of hand on his body saying, "This is not fair. This is not fair. The Nomo is supposed to kill you." As Izuku said, "Nomo? And who is this funny guy?" As he looking behind All Might, he see Bakugo and Kirishima. Kirishima having a lots of red lightnings around his body, and Bakugo, breathing heavily. As All Might said, "No,
Now, yeah, Shigaraki, are you gonna give up, or should I make you give up? As Shigaraki said, Karagiri, get Uravity and get us out of here. As Karagiri said, right away, Shigaraki, and after that, Karagiri teleport Uravity and Shigaraki away from there. Toga is not already in the League of Villains. She will gonna have a little bit of time before she join. And after that, Izuku, after seeing that All Might's still there with Kirishima and Bakugo, he said, huh, now he defeated those villains, but Bakugo, should I go there? He will gonna have some support from All Might and Kirishima if I jump down. Maybe I should just leave. As Izuku, spin around and start, going away. As Bakugo looking up at the ceiling, he see, someone getting out of there. As he said, "Wait, you all not gonna run away." As Kirishima said, "Wait, Bakubro, don't." But Bakugo has already started flying. As Izuku seeing this, he immediately throw a couple of knives at Bakugo, which is, slash Bakugo a little bit. And after that, Izuku recalled the knives so quickly, making him able to, to slay, to get hold of the knives that he just throw at Bakugo and lick some of the blood. But he made sure that Bakugo will not gonna see his face, at least for now, as Bakugo start falling from the sky, saying, "Wait, why can't I move my body?" As Kirishima immediately go at Bakugo and save him from being crushed into the ground. As Kirishima said, "Are you okay, Bakubro?" As Baku said, "I can't move my body. Whoever that person is, he does something weird to me." As Kirishima looking up, he see the kid with the green hair and red eyes looking angry at Baku as he said, "Wait, this look reminded me of someone. Isn't that the same person that's helping Hero Killer Stain?" As Izuku just leave the place. As after that, Izuku just jumping on the roof saying, "Damn it, he saved him." But maybe that's good because Bakugo didn't see my face. I want him to remember everything that he done to me. Everything that he done to me and how he always hurted me. So I'm quite thankful for you, Kirishima, but at the same time angry. This is not important right now. I need to go back into Stain and tell him what happened. And this is gonna be it off, guys. Don't forget like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.